likes being sick, right? I don't think I've ever met somebody who's been like just nose dripping, hacking, coughing, like this is awesome.
No, that's not any fun at all.
It's just miserable. But we can be sick in a lot of different ways, right? We can be physically ailed, but I think mentally also we can struggle and be unhealthy in a place. I think spiritually or emotionally, we can be in a place where things aren't working the way they're supposed to be.
And that's why we try to bring you a morning focus every morning where we look at the truth of who the Bible says God is and who God says you are. Right now, this week, we're in a series focusing on the fact that God is still the same God he is from the Bible. The character he demonstrates throughout the Bible is still the same person he is today. And we want to focus on the fact that God still heals.
Every kind of healing, right? When we see physical healing, we see mental, emotional, spiritual healing that still happens. But maybe you're in a situation where you've been waiting on that healing and you're like, okay, I haven't seen it. Well, let's go back to the Bible because like we said, if we know that he never changes, then we can look at a story, see what his heart was there and see how it is the same.
That's right. And so Jesus was moving through a crowd. He always had a crowd of people with him. And there was a woman that had been sick for years. She had spent all of her resources going to see doctors to try to fix her body,
all to
fix
no
her
avail.
issue. And it didn't work. And she didn't even want to ask Jesus to heal. She didn't want to bother him.
No.
And so she just kind of pushed her way through the crowd, just touched the edge of his garment.
Well, especially because the nature of her illness, she was like a social reject.
That's right. She was considered unclean. She was not supposed to be around other people. But when she touched the hem of his garment, instantly she was healed. And she could have just slunk off, and Jesus probably could have kept going, but he felt the power go out, and he stopped, and he said, hey, who touched me?
Which his disciples were like, Jesus, everyone's touching you. We're in a big crowd.
But he took the time to point her out, to notice her. And in Luke 8:48, Jesus tells her, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace.
There's another version of this that says made you whole. I don't know in what way you feel unwhole today or that you see people around you who are struggling with illness of some sort, but we can go back and we can trust that God's heart has not changed and that God still heals.